Tyreek Hill was arrested outside of the stadium right before the week 1 kickoff in Miami. Now, this is also going to be the TMZ version of this story. So let's jump into it, man. Police have just released footage from Sunday's traffic stop involving Tyreek Hill. And in the body-worn camera video, you can see cops yanked the Dolphin star out of his sports car and threw him onto the ground following a dispute over his window. The incident happened right outside of Hard Rock Stadium just hours before Hill was slated to play in Miami's season opener against the Jacksonville Jaguars. In the new vid, multiple motorcycle cops can be seen pulling over Hill after he initially appeared to speed by them on the way to the game. You can clearly see things got contentious almost right away after one cop tapped on the receiver's window. Hill screamed, "Don't knock on my window like that, man. Don't knock on my window. Don't knock on my window." After a little more back and forth, Hill can be said, "Just give me my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late. Do what you got to do." He then re-rolled up the window and he said, "Keep your window down." The officer did as he knocked on it again. Hill wouldn't immediately get out of the car after being asked to do so. So then the cop opened his door, dragged him out. The cop then put his knee in Hill's back and slapped handcuffs on him. Hill can be heard the entire time on the phone with his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, saying, "I'm getting arrested, Drew." Meanwhile, cops continue to yell at Tyreek, with one saying, "When we tell you to do something, you do it, you understand." The law enforcement member added, "Not what you want, you do what we tell you, you're a little effing confused." They eventually got Hill to his feet, tried to get him to sit on the nearby curb, but he wouldn't do it immediately. Officers forced him to sit at that moment. He's screaming about his recent surgery on his knee. I'm going to show you all of this. Actually, I did clip out part of the body cam footage. Seconds later, two of his teammates, Callis Campbell and Janu Smith, arrived on the scene, but cops ordered them to move away, all while threatening to throw them in cuffs. Rosenhaus eventually made his way to the scene, and Hill was ultimately given 2 traffic citations and released. He went to play in the Dolphins opener, and he balled out, logging 7 catches for 130 yards and a touchdown, and he actually poked fun at the run-in with the cops in his end zone celebration. The new video, meanwhile, is sparking outrage all over social media. Dolphins star corner Jalen Ramsey posted on X that the officers needed to be fired immediately. MFers like them can have no type of power. He continued, "They've got to go." All right, so let's go ahead and watch it real quick. This is the body cam footage from Tyreek Hill.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man. Don't knock on
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Window down.
Don't tell me what.
Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
Give me that.
Get out of the car.
Give me that.
Get out.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Damn. We're getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
You understand? I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you.
I'm getting
You're a little
out.
fucking confused.
I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery
Really?
on
What
my
a
knee, bro.
coincidence. I just heard you in your ears when we told you to put your window down.
bro.
Back off right now. Get back. Get back. You want to be in handcuffs too? All right, then back off. We're not playing this game here, man.
Well, I just want to know what happened.
It's not your business.
I'm coming.
Let me have your license. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your
I'm
license.
leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you up. Your license right now.
You just told me to.
Your license right now. You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now.
Okay, so you can see that whole thing was an absolute mess, including the, right here, let's look at the photo first. I mean, this is the celebration he did after he scored the touchdown. He put his hands behind his back, and Jalen Waddle escorted him off in handcuffs, which I thought was hilarious. But again, let's just talk about what is going on here. Okay, so on the first tip, I get it. The immediate thing that I saw when I saw that was the way he was just kind of talking, like, "Hey, don't bang on my window like that." Like, I mean, I don't think that that's out of pocket. There's nothing illegal about mouthing off to a cop. He didn't make any threats. He literally just said, "Don't be tapping on my window like that." And that's understandable. That's an expensive car. He does need to knock one way or the other, so it is what it is. I don't think he knocked excessively hard. So I think Tyreek was just probably in his feeling in that regard. But that does not excuse what then goes on going forward. Again, I understand you rolled up the window. You're not done with the altercation with the cop. That's not cool either. But to then drag him out of the car, force him to the ground, knee to the back, force his arms behind him. When you get him over to the curb and he's trying to tell you he can't sit down, that you're going to force him down on a knee that was surgically repaired, which you could ruin his career for that. It literally had to have that surgically repaired, and that could millions of dollars of contract, let alone, God help you, you do that. The Dolphins are suing your ass because now you've taken their star receiver away and things like that. To then get so aggressive with his teammates who are very clearly hands up. They don't have anything. They are just checking on their teammate and they're trying to see what's going on, and you're screaming at them to get the F back and all that kind of stuff. There's also no doubt in my mind if they are working security for the stadium, and he's, especially with him pulling up in that car, whether you recognize him or not, just by the nature of the car, that you would understand who he is. And it doesn't mean that if he broke the law, he doesn't deserve a ticket and he doesn't deserve to be like, but like, none of this makes sense. And when people literally look and when you hear black folk talking about the nonsense that we go through with the cops, why Colin Kaepernick was kneeling in the first place, this is the bullshit that we're talking about. You're talking about a situation where these cops just really out here in these streets thinking that they could just do whatever they want. And unfortunately, the police state that we live in right now, that's kind of what's been going on, that cops just kind of have free reign to do what they want, man. And I get it, law enforcement officers, I get it. The main directive is we're trying to get home, but you don't think black folk ain't just trying to get home, just trying to get to work, etc.? Like, even looking at the way he was speeding, he wasn't doing like 70 and like a 30. He was probably pushing, it's clear he was running late. He's probably pushing like 45 or 50 in like a 40. And like, again, still illegal. You need to pull him over and give it a ticket. Cool. But the way this attitude went so fast and how aggressive this got was absolutely unnecessary. And thank God that this was someone like Tyreek Hill, because had this been just a regular ass dude, who knows what could have happened? Because they already almost put it in a situation where Tyreek and the other two players, I want to make sure I get their names right, Calais Campbell and Janu Smith, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got out of control so fast, so incredibly fast. And this is one of those things that you hear a lot of black folks say a lot of times, that, yeah, you got the racist white officers, but the ones that are actually scarier are black officers, brown officers, and women, because there's this idea that they have to prove that they're more blue than they are whatever other demographic that they represent and whatnot. So they're always a little more aggressive here. And that's exactly what felt like went on this entire time, man. This whole thing absolutely disgusted me, and I'm just grateful that like Tyreek didn't end up getting hurt. And I thought the TD celebration was hilarious, because in the same way that like you'll see a comedian use stage time, you'll see a rapper use a song to try and use that as a moment to take shots at and to speak on what they're going through. I thought that was hilarious for Tyreek to do that, man, and to really stick it to him and literally take his frustrations out on the Jaguars. If Jacksonville wants to feel bad about this loss, they need to also probably be suing these cops, because you done pissed Tyreek Hill the F off. Last thing I'll say, I didn't go and get the video, but I saw that Tua, gave a speech, and I didn't love it. It felt very, for lack of a better word, very cornball. I get that he was trying to just play politics, maybe didn't know the whole situation. He did say, I do back my teammate and stuff. It just felt like it was too, like, in that moment, if your boy came in and said, hey, it's this, that, and the other, just be like, hey, look, I haven't seen the body cam footage and stuff like that, but from what I heard from him and my other teammates, things got out of control. That's completely unnecessary. Like, there's a reason why, folks have been talking about how we need to treat everyone better, especially black folks, when it comes to policing. So that's absolutely absurd. I'm looking forward to seeing what the investigation is versus kind of tap dancing around him, man. I didn't love that, but he's not my quarterback, so I ain't got to worry about it. I want to know what you think, y'all. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this entire Tyreek Hill situation, man.